My name is Kale Voss. I was once just a weak village orphan who couldn't even swing a wooden sword without tripping, until the day the Demon Lord's army burned my home to ash. I watched my little sister, Mira, die in my arms while I could do nothing but cry. That moment broke something inside me and forged something far worse. I will never be weak again. 3 years later, I stood at the forbidden Crimson Tower, the place where gods once tested heroes and broke them. The tower whispered my name and opened its gates. Inside, endless floors of nightmares awaited. Floor 1, 1,000 shadow assassins. I was still weak. They cut me open, left me bleeding. But every wound taught me. Every scar became fuel. I learned to read their movements like poetry. On the final strike, I took the leader's cursed blade and turned it against them all. My first taste of real power, and it tasted like blood and revenge. Floor 47, the dragon of eternal winter. Its ice breath froze my left arm solid. I was screaming in agony when she appeared. Her name was Lirael, the exiled elven princess with silver hair that shimmered like moonlight on water. She had come to the tower seeking the same thing I did, strength to save her dying kingdom. At first, we were rivals. She saved me anyway. Why help a human who will probably die in the next hour? I growled, clutching my frozen arm. Because even broken things can still burn brightly, she whispered, pressing her warm palm to my chest. Golden healing light flowed into me. That was the first time my heart raced for something other than rage. We fought side by side after that. She was grace and magic. I was raw fury and steel. Together, we were unstoppable. On floor 99, the tower showed us our deepest fears. For me, Mira's dead eyes staring at me, whispering, "Why weren't you strong enough?" For Lirael, her kingdom in flames while she stood powerless. We broke. In that darkness, I finally confessed. "Lirael, if we survive this, I want to protect more than just my revenge. I want to protect you. Not because you're weak, you're stronger than anyone I've ever met, but because the thought of losing you terrifies me more than any demon lord." Tears streamed down her face as she pulled me into a fierce kiss, the kind that tastes like desperation and hope. "I've waited my whole life for someone who looks at me like I'm worth fighting the world for," she breathed against my lips. Then the final floor opened. The tower's guardian, an ancient godlike being of pure light and shadow, stood before us. "Only one may claim the apex power," it boomed. "The other must perish." Lirael stepped forward first, ready to sacrifice herself so I could become strong enough to save both our worlds. I grabbed her wrist and pulled her behind me. No, not this time. The battle that followed shattered the heavens. I fought with everything, every memory of weakness, every smile Mira never got to have, every gentle touch Lirael gave me when she thought I was asleep. My body broke, bones snapped, blood poured, but my will didn't. In the final moment, as the Guardian's blade came down, I roared and drove my sword straight through its core, shattering the god into a million falling stars. Power, unlike anything in history, flooded my veins, the apex strength. When the light faded, I stood tall, taller, broader, my eyes now glowing with golden divine fire. My black hair streaked with silver from the cost of power, scars across my body that would never fade. I had become the strongest man in the world, but I wasn't alone. Lirael ran to me, throwing her arms around my neck, sobbing with relief and love. "You idiot! You were already the strongest the moment you chose to protect me instead of power." We stood on the broken peak of the Crimson Tower as the sun rose, painting the sky in blood and gold. Below us, the Demon Lord's forces marched toward the last free kingdoms. I lifted my glowing sword to the heavens. "Let them come. I am Kale Voss, once the weakest, now the strongest, and I fight for more than revenge now. I fight for the woman who taught my broken heart how to love again, and for the future we're going to build together. The world will tremble, but it will tremble beneath our feet, side by side." The end.